Have you ever wondered what stories our ancestors told around the fire, long before written words? What legends whispered on the wind across vast savannas, or what myths were born in the heart of ancient jungles? Today, we journey back in time and across the globe to uncover three hidden tales you've probably never heard before. Let's start in West Africa, with the story of Anansi the spider. Anansi wasn't just any spider, he was a trickster, a keeper of stories, and sometimes, a bit of a troublemaker. In the beginning of time, the sky god Niam held all the stories of the world in a golden box. Anansi, clever and ambitious, decided he wanted these stories for the people of the world. He went to Niam and asked for them. The sky god laughed. To earn the stories, Niam demanded an impossible price. Anansi must capture four of the most dangerous creatures in the world: Onini the python, Osebo the leopard, the Mobro hornets, and Moesha the invisible fairy. Anyone else would have given up, but not Anansi. For the python, he used his wit. He started a debate with Onini about who was longer, a bamboo pole or the python himself. To prove his point, Onini stretched out alongside the pole, and Anansi quickly tied him to it. One down. For the hornets, he filled a calabash with water, and during a drought, tricked them into thinking it was raining, convincing them to fly into the gourd for shelter. He then sealed it shut. To down. For the leopard, he dug a deep pit, covered it, and when Osebo fell in, Anansi offered to help by tying him to a tree, supposedly to pull him out, but instead left him trapped. 3 down. Finally, for the invisible fairy, he crafted a doll covered in sticky gum, placed a bowl of yams in its lap, and waited when the fairy came and the doll wouldn't share. She struck it, getting her hand stuck. She struck again with her other hand, and her feet, until she was completely trapped. Anansi presented all four captured creatures to the stunned sky god, true to his word. Niam gave Anansi the golden box of stories. From that day on, Anansi became the keeper of all tales. And that is why stories are still known today as Anansi stories. It is a powerful reminder that even the smallest among us can achieve great things with cleverness and determination. Now, let's travel to the icy landscapes of the Arctic, to the Inuit people, and the legend of Sedna, the mother of the sea. Sedna was a beautiful young woman who lived with her father. Many hunters sought her hand in marriage, but she refused them all. One day, a mysterious hunter arrived, promising her a warm, comfortable life. Sedna agreed to marry him, but soon discovered a terrible secret. Her new husband was not a man at all, but a shape-shifting fulmar, a seabird spirit. He took her to a desolate, windswept cliff, feeding her only raw fish. Sedna was miserable. Her father, hearing her cries on the wind, came to rescue her in his kayak. As they paddled away, the furious bird spirit husband summoned a violent storm. The sea raged, and massive waves threatened to capsize their small boat. Terrified, her father believed the only way to appease the angry spirit was to sacrifice Sedna. He threw her into the freezing water. When she clung to the side of the kayak, he took his knife and cut off her fingers, joint by joint. As her severed fingers sank into the dark depths, they transformed. Her fingertips became the small seals, her knuckles became the walruses, and her thumbs became the mighty whales. Sedna herself sank to the bottom of the ocean, where she became a powerful spirit, the ruler of all sea creatures. To this day, Inuit shamans must spiritually journey to the bottom of the sea to comb her hair and soothe her anger. When she is happy, she releases the animals for the hunt, providing sustenance for the people. Sedna's story is a profound tale about respect for nature, the consequences of betrayal, and the sacred bond between humanity and the animals we depend on. For our final tale, we go to the Philippines and the myth of the Bakunawa. Have you ever seen a lunar eclipse? The ancient Filipinos had a terrifying explanation for it. They believed a colossal sea serpent, the Bakunawa, lived in the deepest parts of the ocean. This creature was so massive it was often mistaken for an island. It had a mouth the size of a lake, a red tongue, and whiskers. The Bakunawa was captivated by the beauty of the 7 moons that once lit the night sky. Driven by an insatiable envy, the Bacchanal rose from the sea and swallowed one of the moon's whole, plunging the world into a new level of darkness. The people were horrified. The creature returned again and again, devouring the moons one by one until only a single moon remained. Fearing they would be left in eternal darkness, the people learned to fight back. Whenever the Bacchanal would rise to swallow the last moon, everyone would run outside, banging pots and pans, screaming and shouting, making as much noise as possible. They hoped the commotion would startle the great serpent and force it to spit the moon back out. And often it worked. The eclipse would end, and the moon would shine brightly once more. This legend is a thrilling story of why eclipses happen, and a powerful symbol of a community coming together to fight against the forces of darkness. A clever spider to a sea goddess and a moon-eating serpent. These stories are more than just entertainment. They are windows into the souls of ancient cultures, teaching us about their values, their fears, and their wisdom. They remind us that the world is full of magic, and that stories are the threads that connect us all. Thanks for joining this journey into the past. If you love discovering forgotten legends, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more tales from around the world. See you next time.